I fell for so hard. Like, guys, I literally ran full force, fell into this black hole of insanity, which is eating excessive amounts of.
I can't just call you when the moon is rising. I'm craving every moment with you.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Yasmin.
And I'm gonna use my power to finally get what this town really needs.
I make health and fitness content to make your fitness journey easier with tips and tricks that have helped me along my journey. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the post notification bell so you never miss a video. Today's video, it's going to be a part 1 series of simplifying diets. Let's get real for a second. It's probably the most complicated part of any fitness journey. So let's go ahead and get right into the video. Before we can even understand anything related to why your diet isn't working, we have to understand what in the holy heck is a diet in the first place.
Hey! What the hell is that?
So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up a little dictionary for you guys because I'm not trying to have anybody tell me
that's not the term.
Hi, Karen. It's Karen. How are you?
Okay, textbook definition: a diet is the kinds of food that a person, animal, or community habitually eats. So it's pretty much simply the way you, the individual, chooses to eat. Now that we understand what a diet is, we need to understand what a diet is not. A diet is not a fad, a trend, or short-term way of eating that you cannot sustain for the rest of your life. It simply is not dying to achieve the results that you want. And if you have fallen for what a diet is not in the past, do not even feel bad about it, because I think every single person on this earth, except for the babies being pushed out of the womb, have fallen for a diet fad. Today I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys simply what things that might be putting a hindrance in your diet and why you're not seeing the results that you want to see. Section 1 is going to be that you do not enjoy what you are eating. Therefore, you cannot stick with it. And in this situation, you need to start making your food goddamn attractive. I don't know about you, but I am not about to be eating some bland ass chicken breast with broccoli. Like that. Your girl's gonna be pulling up the car and driving to her nearest Dunkin' Donuts to get a 12-pack, because it's not how it works. You do not need to force yourself to eat foods that are not enjoyable. And tips for this would be spice up your food. You guys need to use some spices, okay? Some paprika, some garlic, and onion will go a long way. Use some sauces. Don't be scared to use teriyaki sauce, soy sauce, hot sauce, ketchup. Don't be afraid to use those, because using those sauces, obviously in moderation, you don't want to be using a whole cup of teriyaki sauce because those calories will add up, but you also want to put some spice, some seasoning, some sauces that will have your food being palatable, where you are satiated and you feel like, oh wow, this is pretty satisfying, and it's not making you want to go binge on everything else in your cabinet because you're disgusted of the food you just ate. Another thing would be making your favorite foods lower calorie and healthier. So for example, if you go on my TikTok, you would see that I make low calorie Supreme Crunch Wraps, I make protein brownies, I make things that I personally as a child growing up could not get rid of, and I have made those foods fit into my diet, and I just honestly love my diet. Me personally, I don't think about going to Taco Bell. I don't think about going to McDonald's. Like, I have not had McDonald's in about 10 years. Not because I can't, it's just I eat that stuff on a regular basis. I make burgers at home. I make the foods that I love fit into my diet by using healthier, low-calorie alternatives. And one thing you have to remember, if you are eating foods that you do not like, you might be able to stick with that for a short period of time, but if you are forcing your brain to eat foods you hate, your body will eventually force your mind to eat foods that you love. And that's when a problem comes, like binge eating. I've had experience with binge eating. You don't want to go down that route. I actually stopped binging when I realized that food is actually there to be enjoyed, instead of just sticking to the term as food is fuel. Because yes, food is fuel and you should be putting healthy, nutrient-dense foods in your body, but there is something called satiety. And if you are not satiated with the foods you're eating, you're gonna want to go find that elsewhere. And that works with pretty much everything else in this world, not just food. Section 2 is going to be something I fell for so hard. Like, guys, I literally ran full force, fell into this black hole of insanity, which is we're eating foods that are extremely high in calories just because they're labeled as healthy. A little bit of a story time. At the beginning of my fitness journey, I was eating mixed nuts, I was eating granola, I was eating cereals, like the healthier cereals. I was just eating them in excess. I was having about 4 sweet potatoes in one sitting, and because I thought it was healthy, I didn't know I would be able to gain weight. I would see these people saying, oh, paleo diets, and if you eat whole foods, you're gonna lose weight. So I fell for that. I'll never forget the time that my older brother told my older sister,
isn't she working out? Why is she gaining weight?
when my sister came back and told me that, I was torn to shreds, guys. Like, because I was trying my all. I was giving my all. I was so determined. I thought I was doing this 360 with my diet that eventually the weight would come off. But I didn't understand the concept of calories in, calories out. And it wasn't until I understood that you cannot lose weight eating healthy food just because it's healthy, I actually started to lose weight.
Well, shit.
I went in a calorie deficit. I was also more flexible with my diet. That made me not binge on the foods that I really wanted. And I honestly saw results so much quicker that way, and they were a lot more sustainable. Section 3 is going to be, you are drinking your calories. Coffee, soda, juices, anything that you drink, if it has calories, that is going to be added to your total caloric intake. Don't think they're invisible, guys. They will show up on your body. So if you are drinking coffee, try to cut back on the sugar. Use Splenda, use stevia instead. If you are using creamer, try doing almond milk, cashew milk, or just try to cut back on the amount you are using at first. This will make a significant difference in your caloric intake, and trust me, you'll see a big difference. Also, things like juices, you do want to be cautious about. A lot of people don't realize that an 8 ounce of orange juice is actually a lot smaller than you think. So you might be thinking you're having 150 calories of 8 ounces of orange juice, which is like not that much, and you're actually drinking a whole cup, which is about 400 calories. So the stubborn fat that you're not able to lose is actually probably the extra calories you're having from invisibility. So don't fall for the calories in drinks. And for the love of God, guys, if you guys drink pop, please start transitioning to Diet Pepsi. I hate when people sit there and say, well, Diet Pepsi is the devil, because guys, you're gonna drink Pepsi or Diet Pepsi, you might as well stay slimmer and avoid obesity, which is also deadly. So just opt for the Diet Pepsi and save yourself about 600 calories in a day. Section 4 is going to be that you are trying to follow somebody else's macros and or diets. With this, you're not taking into account that somebody else has a different lifestyle, metabolism, genetics, and activity levels that will greatly affect your results versus theirs. Take it from somebody that developed a 5-year eating disorder from following other people's diets to not go ahead and do this. I remember at the beginning of my fitness journey, I was absolutely obsessed with the whole very lean cut up look. That was about like 6 years ago, which was the trend back in the day. I fell in love with it, and I went on YouTube and I found a girl that was in bodybuilding competitions. She did share that that was her competition diet, but somebody that was highly uneducated, I didn't even like hear those words. All I said was, I want to be skinny like you. So I followed her diet to a T, and I was severely undernourished, and I went up to 86 pounds and developed body dysmorphia as well as 3 different eating disorders. So I highly recommend just sticking to your own body, your own genetics, and working with a diet that fits your goals. You cannot mold into somebody else. You never will be. You're always going to be different than somebody else. So follow what works for you. Section 5 is going to be, you are very confused about diets. Therefore, you don't know if you're eating enough, if you're eating too much. This makes you inconsistent, which also makes your results inconsistent. So if you are stuck in this category, the number one thing I recommend is throwing all diet trends out of the window. This goes for keto, carnivore, intermittent fasting, paleo, drinking lemon water in the morning. Every single fad that you have heard in the past needs to be debunked and thrown out the window so you can start on a fresh page. And for the love of God, stop following Freely the Banana Girl, or stop following any of these diet vultures that want you to follow what they follow and don't even really care about your well-being and understand you as a whole. I went vegan for about 3 years, and it was the worst decision I made in my life. Actually, no, it was an experience, but when I tell you I was not meant for that diet, I was not meant for it. It's because of diet culture. I've tried probably every single diet you can think of, and that's why I'm pressing this to you guys. Do not fall for the diet fads. Second thing you need to do is stop obsessing and overthinking. Get a food log, start documenting the foods that you're eating, how they make you feel. Do they make you feel good? Maybe even go get an intolerance test. Maybe you're gluten intolerant, lactose intolerant, but please don't cut out these food groups if you are able to digest them properly. And stick to one diet. Stop switching from diet to diet.
You come in, you switch alliances like you switch underwear, so it's cool.
Stop trying to be on a Mediterranean diet because you see Superwoman did it. Stop trying to do new diets and new trends that magazines promote, that social media promote, and stick to one that is realistic for you. If you live in a household that people eat meat and you enjoy eating meat, don't go vegan. If you are in a household where people eat carbs and you love carbs and you thrive on carbs, don't go keto. Be realistic with yourself. Lastly is going to be section 6, which is stop cutting out food groups. Protein, carbs, and fats all play a vital role in the overall health and recovery of your body. Eat all of these food groups and stop falling for the fads that we just listed in section 5. I will be making an in-depth video on macros and micronutrients in the next video, which is simplifying diets part 2. But all you need to know is that macronutrients and micronutrients play a vital role in your health, and you need them to survive and to function and to feel amazing. So don't cut anything out. Stop falling for diet culture and take the little tips that I give you, like cutting out liquid calories and not eating healthy food in abundance like Frilly the Banana Girl would say, because they do have calories. And if you guys want to get results, be strategic, be smart, know what you guys are doing. And that's why I made this video today, because I want to be here and help somebody that needed this. So that is all for this video. I hope these tips and this advice could have helped you in any way, shape, or form. I know when I first started my journey, I wish I would have heard somebody tell me this, because it is very complicated when you're in a world pushed by Pinterest trends and by a bunch of different fad diets and a bunch of diet vultures telling you what you should and should not eat, telling you if you're eating too much, if you're eating too little, you have to be slim, you have to be thick, you have to be curvy. There's so many different things that people are promoting, and that's where all the confusion comes from. So I hope this video could have helped you a little bit and kind of ease the confusion down. And as always, I love you guys, and I will catch you guys in my next video.
You take my love for granted. Say a bunch of stuff you never